Hello, everybody. Good morning. Welcome in. My name is Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be the general daily collective message. Keep in mind, timing and energy is fluid. This message may or may not be for you. This message is not even sign specific, although I will call it zodiac signs that need mentioning. Please only take with you what resonates and leave behind the rest. And because timing and energy is fluid, this could have already happened, is happening right now, or is about to happen. I always like to talk about what came through in meditation, and so I was sitting in the energy of the Devil card, and so I feel we're at a pivotal point on the journey where we have a choice between bondage or freedom. And so if you think of the Devil, it can mean all kinds of things, right? It can mean materialism, greed, addictions, an unhealthy bond, an unhealthy connection, a trauma bond. And so all tarot cards hold many different meanings, and so it's all going to be dependent on your own perception. But I feel right now we're in a portal of instant manifestation. The syncs are loud once again. Actually saw a license plate 11127. So 111 is all about watch your thoughts, watch your words, instant manifestation. And 27 is the energy of the Ace of Wands. And so we're in this very intense portal of energies where there is some conflicts that we do need to face. There is a lot of upheaval, emotional upheaval, financial upheaval, external upheaval, internal upheaval going on collectively. And so right now I feel with the moon transiting through Taurus, safety is in focus. The home, safety, security is in focus, which might not really be easily satisfied over the coming days. We're going to have the moon sextile Saturn today. It is also going to be conjunct Jupiter in Taurus at 13 degrees, which is kind of like the death energy with a little bit of an Ace of Cups mixed in there. And we've got Justice and the Two of Wands playing out today. And so I feel we're reaching a place of spiritual, emotional maturity for those that have been on the path doing the work. I feel we're going to breeze through these energies. Like I said, this energy is kind of like a pause, like a timeout this week as we prepare for these eclipse energies coming in. And so we have to be responsible for ourselves. Nobody else is responsible for us but ourselves. And so it does require emotional maturity. So I guess right now we're in this energy of what do you prefer for your life moving forward? Do you want to stay sitting in a comfortable lie when it comes to maybe, being comfortable in a situation, but it's not your truth, it's not your path? Or are you ready to sit in a very uncomfortable truth to get yourself unstuck? And so I feel right now there's a lot of people in the collective that have this very obstinate view, and they're so adherent to the material world. And so this does stifle maturation, right? And so when we mature to the next level of our journey, it does kind of bring a little bit of heartbreak and a little bit of emotional disturbance, because it does require us to leave something behind. And so right now we're being presented with, I think, 3 paths, right? And so I always deal with clients and sometimes they have to choose between 2 paths. And so there's always a third path, right? And so when you feel like you've got 2 paths presented, and maybe it's a path between virtue or vice, which is the energy of the Devil card, take the third path, take the middle path, choose yourself, right? And so I think right now there's a lot of outward delusions when it comes to appearances, status quo foundations. And we need to remember death energy was coming through strong too with the Saints 1331. I need to remember to talk about that. And so right now we all have a choice, right? We all have a choice to use our knowledge, our voice, our energy, and our abilities for negative purposes, for negative means, or we can choose the higher path, we can choose the middle path, and we can see the paradox of the material world and materialism. And we can understand that death leaves you with nothing, right? And so as we go through this spiritual death, this ego death, it does leave us with nothing. We do have to get to that 0 point of the balancing of the karma, of the zeroing out of the karma. And so I know a lot of people in the collective are kind of in this energy of a grasping Scrooge, right? The 4 of Pentacles, like a grasping Scrooge, and that usually leaves you with nothing when you hold on so tight. And so there's a lot of competition, there's a lot of struggle in the energies, but it is going to lead to a powerful transformation and change. But with all change does come endings. And so there's kind of a need to bring balance into a decision or a decision needs to be made. Something is kind of being illuminated in the forefront. So we're kind of at a crucial point on the journey right now where a choice must be made. And so I think any choices made are always going to have long-term consequences, right? 515, divine intervention. And so there's a very transformative emotional experience, I feel, collectively going on that is going to lead many of us down the pathway of profound growth, of profound change, of enhancing our spirituality, our connection to source. And so I do feel there is a release of a block of some sort when it comes to authentic emotional expression going on. And there's a letting go of an emotionally dissatisfying situation. And so this can come in many forms, right? Friendships, jobs, romantic partnerships, family. And it can be just reorienting the relationship that you have with yourself. 555 on the timer, right? Because all relationships with others do start with self. And so there's like this energy of like a flash in the pan, a failing to ignite, and an abrupt ending kind of going on. And so I really want to talk about 1331 because I feel this is a major shift coming for the twins. I think the twin might emerge unexpectedly, or there could be a chance encounter, because I felt a lot of higher heart energy. So 13 is the energy of death. 31 is the energy of the Five of Wands. So let's jump in with these energies. Let's jump in further with some cards. Before jumping in with the cards, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, I encourage you to check out the description box below, and there will be video cards throughout the reading. If you'd like to book a reading with me, I'd love to get that booked in for you. There is also an option now to join the channel membership. If you'd like to be a channel member, feel free to head on over there and join me on the other side, where I go live every Thursday at noon. And we talk about ascension energies. I do card pulls. Sometimes I do all the zodiac signs, different things that I feel need to be brought up for the journey and to kind of get us all kind of in this place of alignment. So I'm jumping in with the Moonology Messages Oracle deck. I'm really liking this deck that I got. So let's jump in and let's see what needs to come through for the collective. Oh, I cut the deck backwards. Face your fears. And so the cold moon. That's interesting. So we're kind of coming out of winter. We're getting ready to go into the spring equinox. And so we kind of do got to face our fears as we go into Aries season. And this is connected to love. So I just feel from night and day, maybe you need to make a decision between two different energies. A cold energy like night and day, night and day. Somebody needs to face their fears. And then we get the law of attraction. So let's get a few messages here for the collective. Cut your losses. So somebody here I feel is in their detriment. We got the Aries energy. So this is eclipse portal coming through. And so by that full moon eclipse energy and the new moon eclipse in Aries in April, there is going to be a need to cut some losses here. So I think this is more than just a daily reading. This is like eclipse portal energy. So somebody needs to just go for it. I feel somebody's intuition is screaming at them to just cut their losses, walk away from a situation that really isn't satisfying, that really isn't beneficial. One more card, please. Oh, love, because it's about love. So cut your losses. Somebody here could be dealing with a very arrogant, boastful, aggressive person too that isn't going to back down. And so somebody's just needing to take a leap of faith and go for it. It feels like the Fool. So we got two people, I feel, parting ways. There's two boats, and there's a single person in each of these boats, and they're both going in different directions. So I do think it's time to cut your losses and to reach for a new cycle. And so there's almost like this psychedelic energy coming through when it comes to a connection here. And there is like a night and day difference. Oh, I actually, at first glance, it kind of looks like somebody shooting the middle finger. And so you might have to tell somebody to get out of your life. But I feel somebody here has been patient. You might be on a solo path. Maybe you've been on a solo path for a while. It's kind of carrying with it the vibration of like 40 days and 40 nights. So there might be a need to purify from some addictions as well here. You're definitely going to want to avoid drama at all costs. And we've got masculine energy coming through, needing to find their strength to go into the mystery or the dark side of their shadow self, I feel. So right now, I feel there's a lull before action is being taken. There could be a masculine here cutting his losses, or you could just be harnessing your inner masculine energy and knowing that it's time to cut your losses and find your strength to just put in the work to go for it, because I feel abundance is coming, but there does need to be a release of some blocks to that abundance. And maybe this is about accepting responsibility. So there could be somebody reflecting back to you where you need to accept responsibility. And we do have to be patient, right? So that new moon in Pisces was all about planting the seeds. We got a King of Cups coming through. So there is definitely a masculine energy coming through. I feel maybe dealing with some sharks, maybe dealing with a social circle with sharks. And so there's a need to take heart-centered action. If you notice the ships, he's kind of holding it at the heart chakra. And then we got the sharks in the lower chakras. So we've got a shark here. I also feel somebody here is not as innocent as they seem. And I feel we've got a masculine here where a lot of eyes are watching them, watching their next move. Maybe they're being haunted by a past decision. Look at all of those eyes watching this masculine, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Ooh. And then below the Nine of Swords in reverse on the bottom of the deck, we get another King of Cups. So in this deck, there's two King of Cups. And so I feel somebody here was swimming with some sharks, needing to find their strength to go into the mystery. And so we get the octopus energy, almost feeling like the Medusa energy. And so somebody here has been hollow. I feel a passage of time energy, and there's spirit, I feel, is all over this masculine when it comes to a third party. We get Three Cups in reverse. So I feel we could have a masculine here that's been jumping through hoops when it comes to a social circle. This energy always gives me that feel of keeping up with the Joneses, right? Materialism. Keeping up with the Joneses, jumping through hoops, keeping up with the Joneses. Reminds me of a time when my mom was younger, actually. But I do feel definitely something caught up, a masculine caught up in something toxic. The octopus energy to me is like devil energy. And so something's had a hold on this masculine. And I feel it could be a belief. It could be a pattern. It could be an addiction. Somebody's gotten into this masculine's mind, I feel, a third party of some sort or a social group. But the wheels are spinning and things are moving forward. But there's a need to, I feel, yeah, cut some losses here. So let's do a 9-card spread and let's see what needs to come through for a message today. But I do feel somebody is encouraged to cut their losses and avoid a drama of some sort that's really created a lot of madness in the head space, in the mind space. So it is about love, going towards love. And I feel there's some type of disillusionment going on here as well. But let's get into it. Let's see what needs to come through today. Definitely dealing with some water. We do have quite a bit of Pisces energy playing out in the cosmos right now too, and quite a bit of Aquarius. So, Three of Swords. So there's heartbreak here for sure. There's heartbreak. There's an entanglement of some sort. If you see, he's kind of entangled in a situation, and it does depict a man on the card. So somebody here is definitely struggling. I feel finding a hard time finding their strength to deal with some heartbreak. And there could have been some blocked communication here with the Eight of Wands reverse. I just feel somebody's going down, 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 and into the dark side of their emotions. And this is gaining a new perspective, right? The Hanged Man in reverse, just gaining a new perspective. So we could have a Pisces here that is healing from some heartbreak. There's a lot of spiritual energy, I feel, around this person. A lot of psychedelic spiritual energy. It's kind of like going down the rabbit hole, right? And so this is a wake-up call. I do feel a major wake-up call coming through. So let's get these cards out and let's talk about these energies. We get the Five of Swords. We get the Lovers. And so Gemini energy coming through. And we get the Devil. So this is about two paths being presented. And so I was sitting in that Devil energy. And so I feel somebody's weaved a web of lies. I also feel this energy of there's a feminine here that, you know, has gone through some type of purification. Is that a carnation or a rose? It kind of looks like a white rose. And we've got a masculine here that has a hole in his heart, I feel, facing his shadow self. We could also have somebody that misjudged a feminine, thinking she was a femme fatale. And I feel blue jay energy. So I always feel like grandfather energy on the other side with the Lovers, with a blue jay like that. And so I feel there is a divinely guided union here of some sort, but somebody is in some type of entanglement, twisted up in somebody's web. This could also be about karmic webbing, building new connections, the World Wide Web. What did I channel with that devil energy? I do feel competition and struggle. So there is definitely a man here, I feel, deep within some shadowy energy. 5 of Pentacles right below the 5 of Swords. So there's lack, there's abandonment, there's fear. 6 of Wands reversed is the central energy. So somebody here has not been listening to the higher guidance. We get the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. I'm pretty sure it came through in that spot in yesterday's reading. Maybe I'm wrong. Then we get the 10 of Pentacles. So there's been like a passage of time. There is a cycle here connected to a family legacy, an ancestral legacy. We get the 6 of Swords. So there is a need to move on from an old family pattern. And then we end the read with the King of Swords. So somebody's woven a spell is kind of what it looks like. And our words cast spells, by the way. And so I don't believe in casting spells. Everybody has free will. But it's like there's a king here, a masculine, I feel, that has found his needle in a haystack. And so I do feel there's a connection here where somebody has left the light on, and there's a masculine getting ready to come forward with some truth. And so there's been a thread connecting two people here. King of Swords, I see crowning, and then at the bottom of the deck, we get the Page of Wands in reverse. So somebody's really been digging deeper, really investigating a situation, reading between the lines, really listening to spirit. And I feel a passage of time has gone by and enough healing has commenced that somebody is ready to come out of a period of heart purging, heart healing. And so there is a new beginning in love. There is an opportunity to be free, right? We have a choice between freedom or attachment here. And so, but it might require an open-hearted offer. We have this Knight of Cups, and we got a feminine on the card, and she's holding her heart outside of her body, and there's a great big hole in her heart. And so I feel there's a need to heal a hole in the heart. We've got a feminine that has gone through a period of growth and healing, if you notice the lotus. And so there's been a period of darkness here to go through this heart healing. And this is about self-love too. The Ace of Cups is about love of self. And when we give out there all of the love that we have, it does come back to us. And so I do feel there's that King of Swords again. So we had the 2 King of Cups at the start, and now we've got the 2 King of Swords coming out. Somebody here didn't want to see the truth. And they're breaking free from some type of toxic entanglement or imprisonment. Somebody really had their heart caged. 7 of Wands. So we've got a teacher of the teachers coming through here. And I do feel something about a hole in the heart. And so somebody I feel has just been inching their way out of a dark situation. And they've not really been talking, but they've been watching. They've been communicating. And so I do feel there's a masculine here that is recognizing what it is they need to walk away from. And so I think there is a truth that is being exposed, connected to third party, people, places, or things. And ships are about to come in. So there's been like an unveiling where the curtain's been lifted when it comes to third party and somebody keeping up with the Joneses. And so the wheels are spinning, the wheels are in motion with the Wheel of Fortune. Somebody's been twisting their gears, I think, thinking about what to do, really leaning into receiving the intuitive nudge. And so maybe they've gotten the go-ahead from spirit. Now it's time to face the battle. Now it's time to find your inner strength, to break free and to go after love, because we've got a divine masculine here, I feel, breaking free from a karmic situation with the Queen of Wands in reverse. And so somebody here definitely was all about wanting attention. This Queen of Wands, if you notice, she's got a peacock skirt on. And so you think of a peacock, they're all about wanting that attention. And so breaking free from a drama queen. And I do feel needing to heal a hole in the heart. So somebody's getting ready to take steps, I feel, to take those next steps. But the dead central energy is there is a fight, there is a battle, and I don't think any way you look at it, there's really no winning here. So there's a need to give up fear of going it your own way. I also feel we had a masculine here that was just all tied up with somebody that was super codependent, maybe was only with them for their money. And so we've got a choice presented. You don't want to sabotage an opportunity for a deep spiritual connection. This is divinely guided. And so this will require open-hearted communication too. And so I also feel there's been like telepathic communication going on here, but I do want to clarify the Six of Wands in reverse, because I feel this is a fall from grace. And somebody's really kept themselves caged up in a situation. And there's a masculine bossing up. So within the next 6 days, there's going to be a fallout, or this profound change is going to be taking place. Oh. Two of Cups in reverse. Within the next 6 days, there's going to be an ending of some type of entanglement. Or maybe at one point in time, you thought this was your twin. Kind of looks like twins on the card. But I feel a false twin flame connection where it had you trapped in an old mindset. Releasing an old belief, maybe about twin flame. And so removing some blocks. So the blocks I feel were due to gossip, people putting in their 2 cents in a situation, and then we get anger with the King of Wands in reversed and the Nine of Wands. So I do feel a masculine is deeply wounded. And there is a need to go back to the past. And so it's that energy of, I feel we could have a masculine that deeply hurt a feminine. And she's definitely guarded right now. She's gone through some healing and she's guarded. But there's a need to go back to something. And I feel some sacred rage. There is a masculine here that is, there's a flame burning, I feel. Somebody has like sounded the drum. And there's some type of illumination about needing to bring forward an offer or an apology. And then we get that Queen of Cups to definitely somebody that I feel they see as a life partner with the Queen of Cups. Maybe a Taurus, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But I feel we've got a feminine here that receives wisdom from above, wisdom from a guide. I feel Isis energy. So there could be Egyptian codes coming in. We've got a feminine here that's gone down the rabbit holes. She's waiting patiently for her life partner, right? Maybe has already sat in the energy of transformation and she's in a state of peace. She's calmed her emotional waters and she's waiting for the life partner. And so she's kind of just, she's rooted, she's planted, and she's been waiting for this opportunity too. So I feel there is an offer coming because time says the time is now. And I feel somebody really had to heal some old patterns. Connected to an old mindset back in childhood, needed to do some inner child healing before this offer could come forward. And so there is going to be a final ending when it comes to facing some consequences. Yeah, somebody allowed a lot of opinions to get inside their head, which could have led to some type of betrayal or sabotaging. And there is some truth being exposed. And there is a rebalancing taking place here, Libra. And so I do feel a passage of time. So this could be 2 people that are older. But I do feel an opportunity to leave some deep emotions behind. I feel somebody had their hooks into somebody too. And they've been in this place of like feeling like a standalone island and recognizing they don't have to go it alone. But it might require an open-hearted offer to heal a hole in the heart. Let's get one last message from Spirit on this one. There's a release of something, but I just feel this domicile energy is about to explode into some sacred rage. But there is definitely a masculine here that is grateful to have somebody in their life that they view as a treasure, their heart's treasure. So somebody here is needing to purify their space and break away from a toxic person or a toxic situation that isn't serving their highest good. I think if you're the feminine, there isn't enough information at this point yet. Be observant, be patient. Perspective. Remember the Hanged Man energy. So perspective is everything when it comes to this situation. So we can allow people to victimize us. We can self-sabotage, and we can play the martyr. We can play the victim. We can take our power back. We can take a step back and we can observe where we need to balance, where we need to make a decision, where we can see through the lens of all points of view and not just look at things as black and white, and we can see all the shades of gray in between. I think there's a divine plan at work here. So spend some time in meditation because there might be an opportunity for a redo, but it doesn't always mean a redo with that same person. It could just be a redo of, you know, going into a relationship cycle again and doing it differently this time. So just be mindful. of that. Okay. And that's kind of what I have for a message today. I really hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a soulmate reading with me, check out the description box below. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.